Alright, what is going on, YouTube? And today we got a brand new Quick Scoping for Christ episode. We are starting out with a little Victus split quad feed. If you are familiar to my YouTube Shorts part of the channel, you've already seen this clip. But the Victus is not an easy sniper to use. And I say that because its handling is terrible, it's slow, and it gets a lot of hit markers. Probably my least favorite gun in Call of Duty history, but finally got a split quad with it. I think I said that last week. I was going for a clip with every sniper rifle in this game, and I accomplished that feat. And yeah. Before we continue with COD, though, I'm going to continue my reading that I started 5 weeks ago from Proverbs. And Proverbs, basically just a book of little nuggets of advice in the Bible that King Solomon, David's son, one of the kings of Israel had compiled together, along with the teachings of a couple other people. And every 5 days in the Quick Scoping for Christ series, I will just continue reading from the beginning of Proverbs until we finish the book, because it doesn't require a lot of explanation. It's just like general, really good wisdom from Solomon, who was one of the wisest men who ever lived. So here we go. Warning against rejecting wisdom. Wisdom calls aloud in the street. She raises her voice in the public squares. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. In the gateways of the city she makes her speech. How long will you simple ones love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? If you had responded to my rebuke, I would have poured out my heart to you and made my thoughts known to you. But since you rejected me when I called, and no one gave heed when I stretched out my hand, since you ignored all my advice and would not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh at your disaster. I will mock when calamity overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm. When disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind. When distress and trouble overwhelm you. They will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me. Since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, since they would not accept my advice, and spurned my rebuke, they will eat the fruit of their ways, and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety, and be at ease without fear of harm. So in these verses, Solomon is kind of stating the negative things that come from living in foolishness and not heeding the advice that he gives in Proverbs. It's just a little bit of a prerequisite to the rest of Proverbs. That concludes Proverbs 1. Next, in 5 days, we will continue with Proverbs chapter 2. And in that same spirit, I do have some news about the Quick Scoping for Christ series. Since Duality 3 is coming out sometime in October, likely, I will probably only have 5 more episodes of this series in this format. So the 25th episode, also being the next Proverbs episode, will be one of the last in the series before I make the Quick Scoping for Christ series a montage that starts with a Bible verse. That's probably what I'll start doing, is make this series like little mini montages and highlight reels with some Bible verses sewn into them. So the commentary format will be no more, and it'll be more of a montage thing, because I want to start putting a lot more quality into the Quick Scoping for Christ series as a whole, and then I want to make my commentary videos a little better as well. Alright, next order of business, I want to start making more top 10 videos on this channel. Some that I have in mind are a top 10 snipers in Call of Duty history video, a top 10 Call of Duty video, a top 10 video games video, and a top 10 favorite movies video, like of all time. Part of my hierarchy, like tier list series, kind of like the Taco Bell one I made. But I'm going to use this video to list in order from least to greatest my favorite snipers in Modern Warfare 3. Since this game is at the end of its life cycle, I don't think they'll add another sniper at this point. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but there's already like 12 snipers in this game that I counted just off the top of my head watching this video. And I'm going to rank them all right now. In my personal opinion, This isn't necessarily a list to say these are the best in this order, but a lot of their performance will affect how I rank them and my personal experience with them on this game. And there could be a bias because of good clips I've hit with each of these snipers, but that's besides the point. Also, no marksman rifles because I don't use those quite as much. I've used the CAR, and I've used the baby intervention, or the baby R700, and the SAB, and each of those guns they're pretty good. I personally don't enjoy any of them more than any sniper on this list except the Victus. They all wipe the Victus, and the Victus is 12th for the reasons I stated previously in this video. Also, before I get into this list, I just want to say that down the road I'll make a video like rehashing all of these statements, but with the clips I hit with every sniper. It's just some of the clips I'm saving for Duality 3, so I want it to be surprised and I want them to be viewed from the first time in Duality 3, not in this video. At 11th, we got the Karak. The Karak is pretty good in this game. It does seem to one-shot above the nipples, which is more than it did in its previous game counterparts. But its ADS is also a little funky, I thought. It has one more bullet off the rip than most other snipers in this game, which I do appreciate, I do think is really cool, because the 5 bullets gets annoying. You have to run overkill on all your sniper classes, unless you run a sniper that kind of has more ammunition already equipped with it. But yeah, the Karak, it's good. It's not a bad sniper. It's not my favorite. Pretty much all the other ones I would choose over it because of the Karak's low damage and awkward handling. Coming in at number 10, we got the LAB 330 or the R700 of this game. I put this in a lower rank on the list, not because it's bad at all, but because it doesn't have that special component about it that sets it apart to me from any of the other snipers in this game. It has 5 bullets, it's pretty strong, and it's not the fastest, its handling is okay, it's just kind of a well-rounded sniper. It's got a lot of the good things about all the other snipers without being the best in any particular category, and I like using snipers that are great in one particular category versus being just pretty well-rounded in all of them. I haven't used it a lot because I got my one clip with it and then moved on to the next sniper. So this is subject to change. Maybe I'll use the LAB again down the road, but right now it's ranked number 10. Coming in at 9, we got the KV Inhibitor. The KV Inhibitor does do quite a good amount of damage for a gun that's semi-auto, I should say. And it also has 10 bullets in the mag right away, which is huge. Most of these snipers only have 5 bullets in them. So you only get 5 shots. If you miss one, if you get a hit marker, that messes up how great your clip could be. With the KV Inhibitor, as long as you're hitting upper body shots and headshots, you should be good. Its ADS is pretty reasonable, I think. Like, it's not too awkward. I happen to enjoy it a decent amount. But it's got that semi-auto kind of not as strong part about it, like, you know how all semi-autos kind of get their hit markers. Not my favorite of the group, but it definitely comes in handy. I have an awkward time trying to time out my shots and not just hard scope the whole time with semi-auto snipers. Most of the time anyway, unless they have some serious recoil, like other snipers mentioned on this list, or like the Barrett 50 cal, for example. Coming in at 8, this is one that's probably going to upset a couple people, but I got the FJX Imperium or the Intervention. And the reason why I have this sniper so low is because I find it awkward to use in close quarters, and it is a little slower than some of the other quicker, more maneuverable snipers in this game, while doing less damage than the Cat AMR or other super heavy hitting snipers in this game. And it only has 5 bullets as well. So I like it a lot, and I've hit one of my best clips ever with it in the Signal 50, like a swap class. So it does have a special place in my heart, but I don't think it's comparable to the original Intervention. And as far, like, compared to the other snipers in this game, I don't think that I have had as good of an experience with it. Now, the next snipers on this list have a feature or are so well-rounded that I would say they are almost perfect snipers in their own regard. They have something that sets them greatly apart or above the rest of the competition on this list, in my opinion. At number 7, we have the XRK Stalker. This gun is very fast, very good close quarters, I would say. It's kind of like the MSR from the original Modern Warfare 3, and it only has 5 bullets, which is why it's a little lower on this list. And its ADS can be a little hard to get down. For me it is, for other people it might come naturally. The only reason I do have it as low as I do is because the other snipers above it, I think, have qualities that are much better about them. So XRK Stalker comes in at 7, but I give this sniper like an upper A tier. Like, this is a really good sniper. I enjoy it quite a bit. You can't go wrong with it, I would say, but you do probably want to have an overkill class on it, because extended mags takes away from ADS on the snipers in this game, which really sucks, and all the snipers only have 5 bullets for the most part. So, XRK Stalker coming in at number 7. I do love this gun, though. Coming in at number 6, we have a gun that I am very hit or miss on with the ADS. We got the MWIII. And I know that a lot of people have this sniper rifle at the top because of phase scope. It does set itself apart because the MWIII only has 1 bullet, but that bullet is factored into its rechambering time. So technically it has limitless bullets. You never have to reload a clip, since every shot it's just reloading 1 bullet really quickly, and it does decent damage. If the MWIII had the power the Cat AMR had, I would put it way higher on this list. And if it had the ADS, like, in maneuverability of, say, the SPX, I would also put it way higher on this list. But because it has neither of those, I didn't enjoy using it quite as much as I enjoyed every other sniper above it. But it is my most used sniper on this game so far, so there must be something to say about that. And it is good, don't get me wrong, but I got the next couple snipers above it for varying reasons. Coming in at number 5, we have the MCPR 300. Numbers 4 and 5 might be the most controversial on this list, but hear me out. The MCPR comes with 10 bullets, which is twice as many as most of the snipers in this game. It is not the slowest. Its handling is just a little slow, like ADS right off the bat. You have to upgrade it. But it's a very beginner game friendly sniper rifle. It has the 10 bullets and it does do a lot of damage as well.
Every time I get flashed,
I've hit collats with it. It rarely gets hit markers. If it was a lot quicker, I would probably put it at number 1 on this list. But I know that like COD can't make a sniper that overpowered. I think this is probably the most well-rounded gun in the whole game. I think it's safe to say that. Ammunition capacity, damage, speed, user-friendliness, maneuverability. I love the MCPR 300. Easy number 5. Now 4, this is a very controversial pick. I don't think anybody in the comments is going to agree with me, but I got the Signal 50 at number 4. Because this gun is a heavy hitter. I rarely get hit markers with it. It's semi-auto with not as much recoil as Modern Warfare 3 Barrett, and it feels a lot quicker than the Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 COD Signal 50. And it does a lot of damage, and I've hit some of my best clips on this game in a swap class with this weapon. It's very quick and does a lot of damage, but it ADSs slowly, so its handling is a little wonky. I also love this gun's centering. Its centering is very easy for me to use. And yeah, I have a personal bias with this weapon. It's never let me down. I know that it is really slow and it takes a long time to make its ADS quicker. Its ADS is slow, not like its fire rate. That's what I'm trying to say by saying it's slow. It does take a little bit to level it up and get it those quick attachments. So it scores very low in the user-friendly category. I would give this a lower A tier or even upper B tier rating, but because of my personal bias, I got it number 4. Coming in at number 3, we got the SPX-80, and this gun is ranked so highly because it is so easy to use. Like, it is so maneuverable, it is very good close quarters, it does a pretty good amount of damage, and it's very fast. I should put it a little lower because of how hard it is to unlock. It is a grind. You have to get a certain amount of kills with,
Holy crap, what did I just
you got to
do
use the
with
SAB,
that had to have been a kill
baby
chain.
R700, and the R700. You have to get all 3 of those weapons to a certain level to even unlock this thing. But once you get it, it's pretty much all chains are off. This gun is insane. It's very fast, does a lot of damage, and it is super maneuverable. So easy number 3. This is an S tier weapon. One of the most buttery snipers I've ever used in a new gen Call of Duty. Coming in at number 2, I know most people have this weapon at number 1, but for me it just doesn't do a lot of damage. I don't like fast snipers as much as strong sniper rifles. We got the longbow, and more specifically the upgrade kit you get after leveling it up all the way, because then it does a little more damage. Very fast, massive ammo capacity. It's got like 20 bullets. It's pretty much so fast right from the get-go. One of the fastest bolt actions we have ever seen. It might even be faster than the Outlaw. Maybe not faster than the Outlaw. Maybe just as fast. But I don't like the hit markers, and the speed with the bolting just kind of messes up my rhythm and timing, so I get tempted to hard scope, or I just miss a shot. But that fire rate is nothing to scoff at. That ammo size is nothing to scoff at. I feel like its ADS and maneuverability is also very easy to handle, so on a lot of these tight quarters maps it's pretty good, but on the longer range maps where you got people camping and hard scoping from across the map, it's going to be a little harder to use because its damage range is a little lower, and the scope I have on it does not zoom in too far, so that might be me. But I've hit so many clips with this thing, so I do have a bias. I could put it lower because of its damage, but I've gotten so many clips with this thing, it would be inappropriate for me to put it any lower than number 2. Coming in at number 1, we have a well-deserved Cat AMR. Hold on. I'm already hearing all the comments. I can already see them. I can see guys going to town on that keyboard or iPhone or other phone. I'm hearing comments like, Cat AMR is so slow. Warzone, weapon. Freaking slower than anything I've ever used weapon. But have you guys used the Cat AMR long enough? And when I say long enough, I mean probably just a couple games on Double Weapon XP. Long enough to unlock all of its speed attachments. The ADS upgrades, the rechambering speed upgrades. This thing is crazy. And it has a very nice centering to it too. It's such an easy ADS to use, in my opinion. Like, it centers so smoothly, and it gets, I think I have only gotten like 3 hit markers ever with it, and it is my 3rd most used weapon in this game. Probably 4th now because I got the longbow. I think it goes more as Victus because of how long it took me to get a quad feed with it.
Oh my
longbow
gosh,
and then
bro.
the Cat AMR. Dude, this thing is a beautiful sniper. Does so much damage. It has collat power. You can trick shot with it because it's obviously gonna probably one shot most of the times it even hits your target. I think it has pretty smooth handling. I've gotten pretty reliable no scopes close range with it, and it's not even that slow once you get it maxed out in the speed categories, and it doesn't take that long to do it. So Cat AMR is easily number 1 for me. One of my favorite snipers of all time. Reminds me of a slower DSR from Black Ops 2. It really does. I'm going to get, you know, screamed at for that, but I don't care. The cat AMR is good. Yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you stay tuned for the content we got in the future, including Duality 3, which should be coming sometime this fall. And God bless you guys. Peace out. I love you. I'll see you next time.